catch a lot of heat. What's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard Sports Media, coming at you with a video today talking up the not the quarterfinal. I want to look at the first round playoff games. So, going into this season, I at least thought that maybe things would be different. When you look at the history of the college football playoff, we've had only a handful of games that have been close. And there's different ways I want to go with this one. There's different ways I want to kind of talk about what happened in these games. Not necessarily what happened in them, other than the outcomes. Some of them we thought, I don't know. I guess the closest one we had was Indiana Notre Dame on Friday night. And it was 10 points. Curtis Rourke was the lead passing quarterback, and then you had Jordan Faison, the lead receiver. But Jeremiah Love ran all over Indiana's defense for Notre Dame. 27-17 is the final of that game. Okay. Then you look at the three games we had December 21st, this past Saturday. The other three quarterfinals, right? Clemson and Texas. At Texas. At DKR. 38-24. A whiteout in Happy Valley, the earlier game, SMU and Penn State, 38-10. And then the late game. This is what kills me. We stayed up for this. Now, I credit Ohio State. I'm not going to take anything away from them. But 42-17 against Tennessee, I don't know if I expected it to be that bad. But I don't know. Anyway, a lot of people didn't necessarily predict the scores, but they kind of said this. I mean, and I don't know if I've actually come out on record to say this, but I'm not surprised that these are blowouts. We figured, at least some of you did, that expanding the playoff and having these first round games against these teams that are mid-level to almost the top tier, these are good matchups. Clemson going to Texas? Okay, I could roll with it. SMU's pretty good this year. They go to Penn State. I could roll with that. Penn State can't win a big game. They just won by 28 points, though. So they move on. I credit Roderick Daniels for SMU, and then I kept Kevin Jennings, the lead passer of that game. But then you look at Tennessee, Ohio State. Going to the shoe in Columbus. We probably expected Ohio State to win this game. Tennessee can't win a big game like this. At least some of you say that. But 42-17? I say all this to say this. Ballard Sports Media, Christian Ballard here. I'm not surprised. I think it's just a factor of college football. When you have good teams like this that want to win a championship, they're going to give it everything they got. Maybe not every game. And maybe we have, maybe we have better matchups in the quarterfinals because they'll be neutral site, like the Peach Bowl or whatever. What do we have anyway? We have the, it'll be New Year's Day. So the quarterfinal at the Fiesta Bowl, Penn State, Boise State. Penn State's favored by 10.5. Maybe they don't cover that. That's a good possibility. Texas, Arizona State. The lines are out for these games. Texas is a 14-point favorite. But then, the two games that matter the most, the Sugar Bowl and the Rose Bowl. The granddaddy of them all, and then the showdown in New Orleans and everything like that. Notre Dame goes and plays Georgia in the Sugar Bowl, the late game on New Year's Day. Georgia is already a 1-point favorite. 1.5-point favorite, I should say. Ohio State actually favored over Oregon in a rematch, 2.5 points. I expect both of those games to actually be pretty close. But I'm here to say that it would not surprise me. First off, I think it's a guarantee. Texas can blow out Arizona State, and Penn State could probably blow through Boise State. But don't be surprised, and don't get your hopes up for the Rose in the Sugar Bowl. Don't be surprised if Georgia, not Notre Dame, I'm saying Georgia. What if Georgia just runs Notre Dame out of there? Don't be surprised. Ohio State, Oregon will be really good, but Texas, Arizona State, I don't see Oregon, Ohio State being a blowout. That's going to be another close game. But Texas, Arizona State, what does Arizona State have? I love Cam Scatterbo, but that's about all they have in my book. That's about it, man. They okay. They're not a bad team. They earned their right to be in this situation winning the Big 12. But Texas, with Arch Manning or Quinn Ewers at quarterback, with Isaiah Bond, with all these guys, will run them out of the stadium in the Peach Bowl. They will run them out of Atlanta. I'm telling you right now. I know I've been on record to say that you just never know. And I agree. You never know what could happen. If you want it bad enough, you'll go get it. But if we come back down to reality for a second, like, if you expected any of these playoff games in a 12-team era to be upsets, to be close, am I crazy for saying you're, invalid on that now? Like, I get it. I thought so, too, when we kicked off the season. But then you got to get to the point of, okay, well, what teams did we actually get? Well, we got Oregon. Well, we got Texas. 2 very elite offenses. Well, we got Ohio State. Their defense is really, really good. Well, we got Georgia in there. Now, Georgia still trying to figure some stuff out with Carson Beck. They say he's going to be good for the Sugar Bowl. I know he struggles with interceptions and everything. He's still pretty good. He's got good weapons. And Kirby Smart, even though he's more of a defensive mastermind, he can cook up a good offensive plan. And Notre Dame, well, I love Notre Dame. Why do I have that feeling? Y'all help me out in the comments on this one. I just have that gut feeling that we're in for a rude awakening as college football fans in this next round of the playoffs. And I'm not trying to burst anybody's bubble. I'm not trying to say that's exactly what's going to happen. I just have that feeling. Like, outside of Ohio State, Oregon, I think Texas could blow out Arizona State. And maybe I'm underestimating Notre Dame. I don't know. But is it just set up in the Sugar Bowl? Not like set up, but is it just inevitable that Georgia's just going to walk in there and win? I feel that way. But I could be wrong. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hey, Merry Christmas. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. God bless. Have an awesome holiday. And we'll see you here soon at Ballard Sports Media.
YouTubers on all of YouTube. Ballard Sports Media. Ballard Sports Media.